Good evening and welcome to tonight's regional news. In Trinidad and Tobago, preparation is underway for the reopening of the retail sector next week, but the Confederation of Regional Business Chambers says 6,000 businesses around the country will remain permanently closed. Coordinator of the Confederation, Jai Leela Darsing, said that based on a survey done by the Confederation, about 6,000 out of 17,000 small and medium enterprises are facing economic hardships. He added that, I quote, "The Ministry of Legal Affairs says there are 28,000 registered businesses in TNT. This is the formal sector, but there is also a large informal sector that has to be studied," end of quote. He called on the government to offer checks to small business owners so that they could retool, restock, and rehire employees. After months of closure due to a surge in COVID-19 cases on Saturday last, Health Minister Terence Dayal Singh announced that retail stores will reopen from August 16. Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro has suffered a defeat in Congress after his plan to change the current electronic voting system in elections to one with a paper trail failed. The proposal fell well short of the 3/5 majority required for a constitutional amendment. Mr. Bolsonaro, who is planning to run for a second term next year, says the current system is open to fraud. The Electoral Tribunal has dismissed the allegation as, I quote, disinformation, end of quote. Critics of the Brazilian leader, dubbed the Trump of the tropics during his campaign, say he is using the same tactics as the former U.S. president to allege widespread fraud in case he loses the next election. President Bolsonaro has for years campaigned for a change to Brazil's electronic voting system, which has been in place for 25 years and which experts say has a solid track record. And now we tell you that in honor of their brave efforts at the 2020 Tokyo Olympics, Sandals Resorts International's executive chairman Adam Stewart has given almost 100 Olympians from the islands where the business operates complimentary vacations. Olympic medalists will get one complimentary no-limit night stay in the highest room category at any Sandals or beaches resort in the region, as well as a luxury BMW transportation from their house to the resort of their choosing, if available. Athletes who represented their country in any event will also enjoy 4-night luxury holidays at Sandals Resort on their home island. And finally, men claiming to speak for Mexico's most powerful drug cartel have released a video threatening to murder a prominent female news anchor over what they deem to be unfair coverage. The warning was made by a man who said it was on behalf of the leader of the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJNG. He complained that Milenio Television was favoring so-called self-defense groups organized to resist CJNG. In the video, journalist Azuceno Uresti is threatened directly. I quote, "I will make you eat your words even if they accuse me of femicide," end of quote, the masked speaker said, who was surrounded by 6 heavily armed men. In the past weeks, there have been fierce battles between members of the CJGN and vigilante groups for control of the region west of the capital, Mexico City. The masked man accuses Uresti and the Milenio Network of being biased in their coverage of the battle between the cartel and vigilante groups. Uresti is one of the best-known TV anchors in Mexico and presents Milenio TV's nightly news program. Groups representing journalists have come out in her support and demanded that the government offer her protection. President Andrés Manuel López Obrador said that the threatened journalists could count on them without providing further details on what the government would do to protect her. Mexico is one of the most dangerous countries in the world to be a journalist. But while attacks on local reporters are common, such public warnings are rare. That was all for tonight's regional news. Thank you for joining.